to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Cards and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
From the home of the 2021 AFC champs, there's a look inside newly named Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Taking it about the 1. Greg Dortch returning. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015.
First play and a first pass for Murray. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. And the result here, a pick. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Press trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And they're going to get this. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Steps away to his left. And that one good to come. He showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was it? Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow could have won comeback player of the year last season simply for his statistics. 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns through the air. But he brought their 3rd Super Bowl ever, and he had them less than 2 minutes away from winning it for the first time. Keep an eye on Joey B. He expects to bring a Super Bowl title to Cincinnati in the near future.
That one good for 37 yards.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
Now for 1st and 10, a first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner Joe Mixon. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Touchdown! T. Higgins from 13 yards out. And the Bengals are able to answer the only 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, that's complete to the tight end Sample. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 4 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out now come the Cardinals. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now McCoy, his first throw since coming in. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's McCoy. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now McCoy. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Darrell Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone, drive 2. And they'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it. This offense, no chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that challenge is successful. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Evans running behind center. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Offense tried to get a little slick there and sneak the back out of the backfield and turn him into the primary deep receiver. But it's good coverage defensively. They were able to break it up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCoy on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Williams loses the football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
You know, this is the regular season partner. We'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running right, this is Evans. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Elijah Holyfield taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's got to clear his mind a little bit. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. Taking it about the 16. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen's throw here taken in by Morgan. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Allen again. He finds Taylor, complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Allen going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals trying, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing to start the drive. McCoy. Screen play set up for Williams. 3 there on the screen at second down. A final shot before break. McCoy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now Allen, and he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Throwing is Allen on third. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This...
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, McCoy. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his passes. pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. To throw on third down, McCoy. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And here's Taylor on the return. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting the first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
McPherson now for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second and 11 now. McCoy. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third and 2, McCoy. And that will be incomplete.
They've certainly put it up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And got his man complete. Touchdown Bengals. Trent Taylor. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw on 2nd and 10, McCoy. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going up top for Taylor. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Man open, it's Moss complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 2nd down, Evans looking for space.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And they'll go right back to Evans.
Runs over him. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Chris Evans
taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking it all through.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. McCoy throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break.
And McCoy loses the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McCoy. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taylor now returning it. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The Bengals offense returns to the field. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 78 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again here with Evans. Room here to run. Bulldozes past him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. This offense back out and set to go. Throwing on 1st down. McCoy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
McPherson on for the point after. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to head and put that play on ice.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days. And McCoy loses the football. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. That's why they're down so big.
The defense gets them the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash? And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just can
use the word will because both teams came in.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm going to be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV. Well, Charles, to quote a Hall of Famer from the sport of baseball, Yogi Berra, it's deja vu all over again. They had the pick six earlier. Now another pick six here, and those plays certainly have contributed to this blowout that we're witnessing.
When you have a chance.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Okay, they went for the fake off of... Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Throwing after the interception, McCoy. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So
you know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the...
Kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 10. Concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.